Hi guys, this is going to be my number 2 video. I really don't know how to link things yet. I don't know how to do a thumbnail. There's a lot of things I'm learning to do, but I still have so many things I want to show you. And because we're in the season for Halloween and fall, I wanted to show you some of these items that I've gotten from different things we've gone to. The other day, I think last weekend, we went to an Oddities hearse show, and I got some gifts for people. I have a haul from Joann because they put their stuff on clearance already. I have a couple whips. I have some knitting that I wanted to show you. I'll put that at the end. I'll put the Oddities and the Halloween-y stuff first, especially some of the things that might be not up some of your alley. This is only my second video, and I'm not going to do a lot of editing. I'm just going to spit it all out and tell it to you guys. I did do one video, and I have a whole 40-something looky-loos. Woohoo! I will figure out how to do those hashtags and all those things so that people can find me. I think we'll have fun together because I am constantly getting interesting things for my estate sales I do. I have 3 sales coming up, so I might find some fun things to share with you in December and January, when I'll be slower and I'll have time to do videos and be more organized and learn how to actually do the floss tubes so that they're more enjoyable. Okay, so I'm just going to start. I'm going to jump in. I did, this one came from Joann. It was like 60% off. It's just a box. I bought 2 of them. And then I bought a few things, some fabric fusion and a bunch of zippers to make some bags. They were buy 3, get 3 free. My daughter loved these pins and didn't love all of them, so she gave me a couple, and I am going to try to break the pin off the back, adhere magnet to it, and make myself some beetle minders. And my kitchen and my bathroom downstairs are Halloween all year long, so this is the time I get my towels for my kitchen and my bathroom, so I grabbed this for the bathroom. This is, that's the stuff from Joann. I have a little bit more. I bought these. They were like $1.50. They're little birdhouses, but I pictured them with cross stitch around them, and not sure if I would keep the hole or just cover the hole. I mean, you could make like a single toothbrush holder or your favorite pen or pencil, maybe some crochet hooks. I don't know. I just thought they were fun. I come up with these kooky ideas to turn something into something else. $1.50, so I bought a few of those. And then I got a cute little hedgehog mug. I couldn't pass that up because I've been trying to drink more broth at night, so I'm not eating at night. I bought this to decorate my table outside for the kids for Halloween and their trick-or-treating. Another towel. Happy Halloween. And I got a couple remnants to make a couple bags. This one was cute for Halloween. This one is not Halloween, but I couldn't pass it up. It'll be more of a February thing. I'll make a bag with that. Then I have the things we bought from the Oddities show. The Oddities show, there's just a lot of crafters there that make all different kinds of things. I bought this little bag for a couple of $5, just to put like scissors, maybe some threads in that. This I couldn't pass up. I really liked it. Just looks like a Ouija board, and it's a bat. And she gave me this little turtle, which my daughter's best friend loves little turtles, so it's just made out of shells. It's hard to see. This cute little piece of art. My daughter does art like this all the time, and I told her she should sell her art, and she's like, nobody's going to buy my art. And I did. I bought this. I have no idea what I spent on it, but I thought it was cute, so I bought it for my daughter to use as inspiration. I'll give her that for part of her little Christmas stocking stuffer. I got these scissors because we know everybody needs scissors, even though they have 25, 30, 40, 50 pair. This I bought from the Triple Goddess. She's got, this is her card here if you're ever interested in anything she's got. I'll flip it over for you. Hopefully that's going into focus. But she makes these and other things. But it reminded me of The Hobbit, and my aunt is a huge Lord of the Rings and Hobbit fan since forever ago, so I thought that would be cute for part of her Christmas. And then a couple little doodads, little pendant, the board, that kind of thing. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Oh, and I got these for a gift too, which these people don't watch my videos. Only 40-something people have watched them, and it's not any of them. These were handmade, and my two girlfriends are horror fans, and so I bought these. They're etched in here, so they won't rub off, they won't come out, and they're just coasters. So I bought a set of 4 with all the faves on there. That'll be part of their Christmas. That was an exciting find for me. It's hard to find them things. Okay. Next I'll show you some things that I get from various places. I don't even know where they come from half the time because I buy things from Goodwill or a thrift store. I get things for free from some of my sales. They're just little things that nobody bought, so then I just put it all in a box, bring it home, look at it a few months later, and I get pleasantly surprised by things I have. And then I've been going online on Facebook, and I go into groups. I've joined groups for mostly for quilting and cross stitch. I want to get into some knitting groups, but a lot of them, of course, are cross stitch, and so I do in the buy sell groups. I've done all buying, no selling yet. I have a whole bin full of stuff to sell in cross stitch and haven't gotten around to it, but I'll show you patterns that I've purchased and even some material. So these are just a few things. Of course, more scissors. I got these freebies from my estate sales. They were just in like little kits, and a little Moda pin cushion minder, and this little vintage ornament. If I don't do the ornament, which I likely won't, I may just keep the floss. There was a lot of floss in there. I get stuff like this all the time. So randomly I'll show you things like that as videos progress. And then I have, next we'll do our cross stitch. Give me just a second to grab it. Okay, I'm back. Fat Quarter Shop. I'm in the monthly weigh-in with stitching with the housewives. So I have my September, October, November, and you can see how far I've gotten. That's that. So adorable, but I'm not ready to start those yet. I also got these on sale. The Dunroven House tea cloths, tea towels. I bought a few of these. Those were on sale. Don't know if they still are or not. I probably not. And then I have so much fabric. I have no business buying fabric, but I like to cross stitch. I like to knit. I like to quilt. So I want to quilt myself a project bag and a knitting project bag out of this. That was from Fat Quarter Shop as well. A lot of these might be older. Some of them come kitted up. Some of them are just the pattern. I don't know if you can hear my cat, but clearly she thinks she's gotten something and she's hunting. It could be the green ball of yarn or the cream colored ball of yarn that she keeps grabbing. Not sure which one, but that's what she hunts for in my house, and then she'll just bring it to me in a pile of mess. And she echoes. She knows where her voice echoes the most, so she's doing that right now. Anyway, here we'll just start with this guy. This is Jack's Bash from Paulette Stewart. It's a Plum Street sampler. I am not a big fan of samplers. I love looking at all of them, especially from all the floss tubers that do all of the samplers. I love the colors. I love the flowers in the pots. There's so much I do love about it, but for some reason I can't get myself to stitch them because I probably wouldn't hang them in my home. They're not exactly the style that I keep. But this one was enough to get my attention because it was super fall and Halloween-y to me. So I got this one, and I will do that one within the next year or two. That one was exciting to me. Jack's Bash. Then this one I think I bought from Tomorrow's Heirlooms. It's just candy corn and pumpkin. Stitches by Ethel. This is something I got on, you win it like a lottery. You win the chance to buy it through the groups. So if I fits, I sits from Happy Cat Stitchery. I thought that was adorable. Gathering Acorns. Just the PDF. I love squirrels and fall and more squirrels. The Cricket Collection, Cross-Eyed Cricket by Vicki Hastings. It's a po-po. Grail and Pole, love it. Prairie Schooler, Trick or Treat. This is Yes I Can Drive a Stick. I thought that was so cute. From Sue Hill's Designs. And then the fabric to go with it. And then I'll just pull the floss. There's a few cute ones on the back too I might try to find. I like this little boot. Rebecca Noland, Lucy Beam, Love in Stitches. Just a little Ghost Parade. Needle Bling Designs, Midnight Ride. Got that one. I actually didn't realize how many Halloween, and I didn't realize how many I had. I don't know. I must be sleeping when I buy these things. This is a lovely booklet, a spooky book, Lindy Stitches. There's six different items in here. And of course I love ravens and crows as well. Madame Chantilly Trick or Treat. It's a 3-tier tray. I think that's adorable. That one will probably go in the kitchen. Oh, ink circles. It says the first of 4. And so I don't know when I'll ever get the other 3, but I really like this. I like mandalas. And then I got the floss and the material to go with it. It calls for, this is for the Spirited Mandala, and it's a 15 by 20 piece of 28 count. Sorry, it's a 28 count. And I can't tell. It might be linen. Yeah, for sure. It's linen. That one will be exciting to do. I'm not the biggest fan of working on linen because, well, probably because I kind of suck at it. I've cross-stitched on and off for a long time, but I am not that great at it. I try to do in hand, or if I have it on a Q-snap or in a ring, I tend to keep it a little looser so that I can sew on top. I kind of mix the way I do it. Sometimes it'll be on top. Sometimes I use both hands, so I'll go underneath with one, pull with the other, go down, pull out with this. You know, it just depends on how I'm sitting, how tired I am. So that inconsistency shows up in your work. It really does. And I can't get myself to stop doing it. Either to just in hand all the time, which that's the least that I'm good at, because my tension seems to be a little hard. I'm tight with my tension. And so I have to like do a cross, go back a couple crosses, and just pull up on the crosses a little bit because I can see that they're pulling the threads, and I just have no business doing it, but yet I can't stop myself from trying because I feel like that's what I enjoy the most is in hand. This here is called Button-Eyed Cat, the Scarlet House. I've seen it. I've seen other people show it. It's cute. And it came with the floss. And the fabric. And the cute little buttons for the eyes. We'll see when I get that one done. Eventually, you'll see these again over the next couple of years because I'll work on them. Right now, I'm working on a pattern that I really need to finish by December, and I don't know if I'll be able to or not. It's my first full coverage, and it is to do a test for someone. And in my next video, I will tell you all about her. Her name's Amanda, and she's going to be opening up a shop in December. And it's super exciting. I saw so many of her patterns, and they're really, really cute. They're really nice, but they're hard. They're hard if you've never done a full coverage before. It's a lot. I lose my interest when it comes to having to change threads so much. I've tried parking. I've tried leaving it on a needle. I have like 6 needles going, and I'll park the actual needle so I don't have to keep threading them, and that gets jumbled up, and the back is starting to look like a rat's nest, but the front looks okay, so I think anyway. So I'm getting there. And I don't use the apps that a lot of people use. I'm a paper person. I like to print a copy of my pattern and then write all over it and highlight it and pencil it. And I do that. I'm not big on using the apps yet. And I have Apple stuff, so I know that there are things out there for Apple that you can, different ones you can use. There's actually one that you use for knitting that would work really well for cross stitching, so I've heard. And I haven't tried it yet. If I ever do, I'll let you know about it. This one is from Bent Creek, and this is Ghost Signs, and it's the whole kit. I think that one is adorable. The little Spidey and pumpkin. I say pumpkin. Oh, this one I love is what. Oh, I bought. Oh, how exciting! I didn't know I bought both of those. Okay. These are Weeks Dye Works floss, and they likely go with one of these two. There's two different ones. There's this here. It's Cottage Garden. And this is a Plum Street sampler, Rest a While. I like the little fox. That one is also a Paulette Stewart. And these are the floss. I think there's more. There's that one, and then there's the classic color one. The ones that go with the Rest a While. Okay, yep, I'm getting the hang of why people put things back as soon as they show it, because they'll get mixed up and not know what they're for. Alright. Oh, Scarecrow. I got this kitted up at the shop I go to. Another Cottage Garden. We did called for. We had to switch one of the floss colors out because they were out of stock, and I wanted to start it right away, and it's still in the bag. I sure didn't start it right away. And then that's the fabric we chose. Oh, I got this online. We'll see how it goes. It looks like it came from China. I have a feeling that this is one of those digital, for sure it's one of those digital, type patterns, but I couldn't pass it up. I thought it was really cute. There's the information on it if you ever want to find it. I'm going to try it. We'll see. I've got this, it's 1814 Stitch a Flower bag. Lisbeth Gottschall. It's from 2018. But I thought that would be fun. I've never made one of these yet, so we'll see. Hocus Pocus Cabinet. The Primitive Hair. This is 2017. Yay me. I'm pretty far behind. But I think it's just lovely. And that's from The Primitive Hair. Just the pattern itself is beautiful. The card, the cardstock they put it on. Halloween Happiness from Sandra Cozzolino. I bought that one. I thought it was cute. originally. No idea if any of these are in print still. That's the thing about showing stuff that you've gotten from other people's stash. It could be sitting around for a few years. You don't know, you know, you don't know a lot about it. You just see it, you want it, you buy it, you get it, you stitch it. You know, there's ways to research it. We all know that. If you really want to find it, you go out there. Some people look for things and post on these Facebook groups, and they say, hey, I'm looking for so-and-so, and bam, tons of people respond and say, I know where to get it, or I have it. It's a wonderful community. I'm not talking a lot in between because I'm actually excited to see these things as you are, because I have not looked at these all year long. I've been buying, and I haven't really been looking, and like I said, I've been solely working on this one project, so I'm getting excited on things I'm seeing here. Like this here I've purchased. It's 18 by 19 and a half. It's a quarter, fat quarter for, it's a 28 count. I want to say it's probably Lugana, but it's maple leaves. And then I also bought Vapor. I'm leaving it in the package because they're just simple. When I get to start kitting them up, I'll unfold them and show them to you better. I purchased a bunch of sampler thread, Gentle Art, and Simply Shaker Gentle Art. So there's just a whole pile of beautiful colors, and that I don't have a lot of this. I'm a DMC girl. I was raised using DMC, so I use that all. I'm trying to find something to put this behind. I've used this all the time, so I'm excited to try to use these over dyes. And then, of course, I'm excited to try to over-dye some. I figured, you know, I have so much DMC, and a lot of them don't look like the color they're supposed to look like because they're the labels. There's like 3-4 different labels, eras of labels. So they're from all different times, and so the colors are not the same depending on how people stashed them and all that. So I thought those would be great to play around with and try to dye them. I've done a few. I've done like some 14 count, maybe up to 18 count Adas, and they came out really cool. It's quite addicting to dye the fabric. Will I ever use it? I don't know, because I'm not using 14 and 18 count as much as possible. I try to use in the 20s to 30 something, and I'd like to venture out into the 40 at some point. I got these cute little birds. They're just these cute little birds. I like to find things like this to just embellish stuff when I display it. I bought Fiberlicious, it's called. Let's see if I can get this open. Yep. It's C140 Midnight Sunset. I got 3 of those. Not sure what I'll do with them yet, but I'm thinking to get a solid color, maybe black, and make up a nice mandala or something for it, and have like a reverse mandala, a Halloween one. Or the other one, the ink circles, was orange with black thread. Maybe I'll do something black with orange thread. Here's another Lugana dirt track. I got. It's 32 count. Oh, there's 2 in here. Vintage mocha. I hear people talking about vintage mocha all the time. Never had a vintage mocha. Here's one. And then I got Dirt Track, which I think I like a little better. I tend to like these variegated ones because when you stitch on them, you're not going to see a lot of the variegation. So it is neat to just see little pops of it here and there, depending on what you're stitching. This I got Witch's Garden Crafts. This is a 28 count even weave called Deadly Blooms. I thought that was really pretty. If you hate looking at it through the plastic, let me know. I'll see if there. I'll take one out just to see the difference. This one is 28 count even weave Wicked. It's 1/8 of a yard. And you could just look at this for the longest time and see interesting things in the pattern itself. There was one when I first got it and I opened it. Where is it? Oh, here. I just see this like creepy little alien face, or if you want to call her a demon face, I don't know. I just thought it was neat. Not sure what I'll use that for yet, because the fabric itself is just so pretty. I don't want to cover it. Oh, look at that. Oh, how sweet is that? Oh, she puts that on every... Now look at that. That's cute. I would totally use that for an embellishment on any project. Look at that. That's cute. And that's Witch's Garden Crafts. It's on Etsy. So this one is called Crazy Socks. Karen Kluba? It's 2015. But I love knitting socks. So I thought this was cute. I probably will keep this in my craft room or my bedroom, which is also craft. Every room in my house is a craft room, right? Tra-la-la. It's French. Source au Jardin, or however it's actually pronounced. Okay, I also love mice. I have a thing about rodents, I guess. I love them all. We have a chinchilla. She's the most adorable thing. My daughter named her Sweet Pea. I love her little buggy eyes. But anyway, I got this one here. I think it's adorable. Not Halloween, not October, but it was just one that I just got. And then also this is a quilt snowman designed by Diane Arthurs from Imaginating. It's the whole kit. I am not big on Christmas. I know, I can't help myself. I don't know what it is. It's just not my thing. But I do like snowmen. And for some reason, I like this one. Probably because there's birds and a bunny. And the quilt. The birdhouse and just the colors. I really liked it. So I will stitch this one. Probably by next Christmas. I have a few Christmas things. We decorate for Christmas. Just not like some people. They go all out. I also work retail a little bit here and there when I'm not doing my estate sales, and it kind of burns you out. The Halloween hasn't happened yet and everything's on clearance already. And never mind Halloween, because there's some people who don't appreciate Halloween or celebrate it, but fall. We just skip over fall, and especially in Illinois, our weather tends to skip over fall. We go from 80s when it's you know, the end of September, and then we're in October and we had frost already. So it goes from hot to cold, and we barely get a fall. Same with spring. It just happens. It's Illinois. This I purchased. If it's offensive to you, I'm sorry, but I have to show it. So I bought, and someday I'll show you what I'm talking about when I'll have you visit my library. I love my library. It's quite macabre. It's Sherlock Holmes meets Stephen King, basically. But I have a little cart I got at a rummage sale, a church rummage sale, and it was this little black baby buggy, and it's really, really old. And it just reminded me of Rosemary's Baby, the movie / books by Ira Levin. And so I have that book, so I put it in my library on the floor, and I put the books in there. I have the two. There might have been I don't know if it was a trilogy or not, but I have the two for sure. And I put those in the buggy, and it just looks adorable. So then I saw this on one of the groups for sale, and I'm like, I'm going to make this into a macabre Rosemary's Baby buggy and change a bunch of stuff around. I know, I'm weird. I don't know when I'll ever get to it, but I just thought it would be fun. If I never do it, then I'll just gift that one the way it is. The last one I want to show you is, I just have the pattern. That's it. It just came with the pattern, but I absolutely love it. It's a Mirabilia. I wanted to tell you from Nora Corbett. I'll show it to you first, and then I'll tell you about it. I know a lot of you probably have seen this. This is I think 2015 copyright one, so it's been out quite a while. These are new to me. I've been seeing what they are. I'm like, what is the deal with these Mirabilia? Everybody goes bonkers over them. I know why. She's amazing. So, I'm going to look down at my notes here. So, Needleberry Stitcher had Queen City Stitch Retreat. They had a question and answer with Nora, and I watched it. It was amazing. It's, you know, it's on YouTube. You can go watch it. And they asked her so many awesome questions. She answered all of them. It's kind of neat to get to know the designer and know what's behind their art and their thoughts. And they asked her questions about which was her favorite. That's like asking who's your favorite child in front of the children. You can't do that. But it was good. So yeah, Needleberry Stitcher. I watched the question and answer, and it was the Queen City Stitch Retreat. And that, I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to get me one of those. And this morning when I woke up and went to go through all these things, I'm like, hey, look at that. I have one. Who knew? Not me. But I'm excited to get that one going. So, and I have a lot of beads from estate sales that I do. I thought, oh, I'm going to keep all these beads. I have a huge drawer full of all different size beads, but really tiny ones, thinking I'll use them for something. I've never used them. I've had them for a long time. Some of them are glass. They're beautiful. I'm not a jewelry maker. Now I found what I could be using these beads for. Okay, so that was all of the ones I'll show you for now. That is probably 5% of my patterns, maybe less. That is all of the cross stitch stuff I wanted to show you. I have a jumble. Like, I know it looks, I'm a mess. I know that. I am going to learn how to take notes, write things down so that I know what they are right away. I see a lot of people with the index cards. It's a great idea. I'll index card everything, and it'll be a lot easier to show all the pieces. And like I said, you're going to see really old pieces that are out of print. No idea where they came from. Somehow I got my hands on it. New ones that I really like and purchase, and then everything in between. Also, I want to move on to the knitting stuff. I only have like 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, maybe like 6 different things I'll show you. I wanted to give a shout out to the Hot Mess, what is her name? Hot Mess Hobby. I think she just started her floss tubes very recently as well. And let me find her. I'm sorry, see, here's where I and then I have 2 yeah, Hot Mess Hobbies. She showed a bunch of things. I watched it today. I'm not sure when she recorded it, but I watched it today. She showed a bunch of her knitting, and it made me pull my knitting out. I've been knitting here and there. I like to do cowls, shawls, socks, scarves, sweaters, things like that. Not a lot of blankets. I used to do a lot of blankets, especially crocheting blankets because they come up so fast. But I tend to like knitting because knitting is, I don't know, I feel it's softer, it's finer, a little more elegant than crochet. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel it in my hands and see it. And I really like to work with smaller needles while I can. As I age, I'm sure I'll have to get larger needles and larger wool, but I prefer merino and lace and maybe sport in between there. I'm not big on the worsted yet. I have a lot of it, but I don't really tend to use it that often. Anyway, when I get more organized, I will make sure that I'm showing you things in order. So we'll do the cross stitch stuff. Then I'll show you, I have a bunch of quilting items that I've told you about. I showed you the bins in my first video, just the bins that I'm keeping. All of the other bins, I don't even know how many there are, 30 something, 40, I don't know. They're filled with fabric and patterns, kits. This woman went and got kits from a local store by her, and she bought so many kits. Quilting's really expensive. Like, how do you buy? I getting the cross stitch kits because they're small, they're they're small, they're not as expensive as knitting or quilting, but to buy all the quilt kits and not get through them, holy moly. I mean, lucky people who get to reap the benefits of it and get them. Let's start on the knitting stuff. I have, it's not organized, of course it's not. I just grabbed the bags. This, I just found this in the closet, in the craft room closet. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or Joann, one of those. But it's a cotton, and it's a good amount, and I've started and stopped making these a couple times already. I was trying the, sorry, I really thought I had these things taken care of before I started. This is like, is that called intarsia? I think so. You know, it's the long crochet hook, but you knit crochet it. I love the pattern that it puts out. So I think this is the one that I'm going to stick with. But I was making just a kitchen towel. Since my kitchen is Halloween all year long, I thought that would be cool. This one, I don't remember what this one was, but it's way too thick. It's not for me, so I'll have to take that out. We'll have to tink it. But that's just a cotton. It was on sale. I got it last year. This bag, I honestly don't remember where I got it. I bought it new, but there's no information on it. But I love it because it has the little holes in it, so you could keep your yarn in the bag while your project is outside of the bag and you're working on it. I started making socks, and I must have been sleeping when I did this because I don't know whose foot this is for. It's definitely not mine. This is too big for me. And I don't think my husband will wear them. But I started socks that I will also tank and make a different pair out of. But I have 2 skeins, and I really should practice doing 2 socks at one time on the needles, because that seems like I'd get a lot more socks done that way, because you know how you get bored making one sock. That's what happens. This was something I tried and I didn't care for, so that will be extra yarn. But it's a merino wool. I'm allergic to a lot of the wool, so when I see all the alpaca and all that, I love it. I love how soft it is, but I can knit with it for a little bit, but then I just get itchy, sneezy. My throat starts getting scratchy, and some of this will do that to me. Even it depends on how they treated the merino. If it's a decently treated merino, it's not so bad for me. These are not as treated. They're not treated the same as some others. This one comes from, darn it, can't remember what. I think it's Hobby Lobby sells these, and they're a little more woolly, so I start getting my allergies going with that. But yeah, that's life. Oh, now this I'm not allergic to, and this I believe is this pattern here. Oh, here, I can show you a better picture actually. They're just simple, a simple sock, but I like the heel. I like the ribbing up here. I like the finish on the top. I'm a fan of doing toe up socks, but this is one that calls for Judy's magic cast on, and it's done top down. I tend to like to go toe up, mostly because I just like starting at the toe, but also because then I know if I'm going to run out of yarn, I won't make the top of the sock, the ankle part, so tall. But yeah, I like how they're coming out so far. This is, of course, the first sock, so that means I'll have enough. I bought this in a shop somewhere in Illinois. My daughter and I go on these little adventures here and there, and whenever we drive a little bit away, we hey, I just realized that is not the pattern for this sock. That's a different one. Sorry, but this is a cool pattern. This here might be one that I picked out of a book that I do. The pages are split and you can choose your top, middle, bottom, and I may have done that with this one and then just knew what I was doing and left the pattern off because I don't even have notes in this one. But anyway, that'll be a pair of socks. I do like using the DPNs versus the corded needles because, wow, it's hard to go from cross stitch to knitting and remember all your terms, especially if you haven't been doing it for a while. I like my DPNs, and I like wood because they're not too slippery, and but they're just slippery enough. But I do bend them. I have a bad habit of bending them. I have a tight tension. I don't know why that one's out. This here, this is called Sandy Beach. This is, it's a beginner one. It's pretty simple, actually, and it comes from a book, and I'm just going to make that up into a light scarf. I just like, I know how to do a lot of different stitches. I can do a lot of lace stitches. I love following the written out patterns more than the diagrams or the the diagrams. I like written, but for some reason the most simple patterns are the ones that just make me happy. And oh my gosh, I wish I could tell you how soft this is. And you'll be mad at me because I have no idea what yarn this is. Honestly, I don't. But it's a blend of a wool. And it's very soft. I absolutely love it. When I'll get to finish this, I'm not sure. Then I've also started this pattern here. It's a free pattern from Knit One Crochet Two. I've had this for years. I think it's 2011 is when this here got created. I just think it looks really comfy. And so I'm trying my hand at making one, and I have I have yarn scraps. So I have this here, which is that loops and thread. It's just a simple, it's an acrylic. I'm not a fan of acrylic, but I do like this. And for us, just a, simple sweater or in this case, they'll call it a t-shirt. I don't mind using it. It does, after time, you could see the fuzzies and the pilling. It's not really pilling, I guess, but it'll probably annoy me after a while, and I'll be mad that I spent so much time making this, especially because it's in the round and it's a lot of just knits. So although it'll work up fast, you get bored doing just knit, 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 knit. Or at least I do. And then I have these here. It's a sock yarn, and it is not acrylic. It's 75% wool. So, and this too, this little piece is a little different. So I'm trying it out. I had them laying around. I'm like, I want to make something with these. And I don't want to make socks out of them because I have a lot of sock yarn. So I started it. We'll see how it goes. I have a lot of ends in there. But the lace pattern it's pretty enough. Once it's blocked, you'll see it a little bit. It's not really meant to see the lace as much as, when you're using stripes in different colors, you're not going to see the lace pattern as much. You see it better when it's solid, but it's okay. It broke up the monotony of doing just knit, 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 knit. You could tell I've just started the knit, 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 and it might look like this 3 months from now. We'll see. But that is the Lucia Tee by Knit One Crochet Two. And it was a free pattern. I don't know if you can still get it or not online. I'm assuming you can. Everything stays on Ravelry once it gets on there that I know of. This last one, this is embarrassing because I tried even vacuuming it a little bit. My cat lays on this bag a lot, the black cat, so she has long hair and it's just all over it. This was my first attempt at making a bag. So first I have Emma Jones, just looking at my notes to make sure I'm getting everybody right. Yeah, Emma Jones, she's from Vintage Sewing Box, and she does a lot of English paper piecing, and I love doing that, especially with all the old scraps I get from my estate sales or little shops. But all of this came from one of my estate sales, the material. So I made this pattern in the front, this wonky pattern, and then I got I just kept growing it and growing it. I ran out of room, so I added these corners to it. So it's just a wonky, this is my first bag I ever made, so yeah, I'm okay with it. And I quilted the top of it. And this is like a zipper from the 1970s. It still works fine though. And then the inside looks like that, like the trim on the outside. But this bag, so I got the English paper piecing from Emma Jones, but I got the pattern to make the bag from Elizabeth Can Stitch, who I adore. She's just so sweet. I really like her a lot. I watch her all the time. And I like how she just puts her stuff out there, and I haven't been seeing her stuff from the beginning. I kind of just came upon her and found her and watching some past ones and then all her new ones, and it's great to see how people grow and learn how to do their videos more and more as they progress. It gives me hope. Gives me hope. But in here I have another pair of socks, and I'm pretty positive. Oh my gosh, what a mess this is. How embarrassing. It'll be these here, because these are just the most basic socks in this pattern book. I've had this pattern book forever. I think I got it at Joann. Joann's. But this is, again, just some merino wool. I'm not opposed to mixing it up. Like this merino wool probably came from, I don't know, Michael's or Joann or one of those. And it was not that expensive. And then this one, I paid so much money for this ball of yarn. I can't even tell you. It was $30 something at a shop that we had that has now since closed down. But I made a cowl for myself with it, and I absolutely love the cowl. I use it every year. It's not too hot, it's not like acrylic where it doesn't keep you warm at all, and it's not too hot like wool. It's merino wool. Doesn't seem to heat me up as fast as a standard wool. But yeah, so I'm mixing like a $6 and a $30 yarns. I'm mixing them to make these socks, and I'm okay with that. It's just, I like the colors together, and that's what I decided to do. I don't know if I do that with one that I just bought and not used for anything else, but since that's a good amount left over, it was a good size skein actually for the price. Don't ask me where it came from, not a clue. Other than, I mean what brand it is. I know where I got it, but I don't know what brand it was. Oh, and that's the back of the bag. I've made other bags, and I'll show them to you as I go along, but yeah. That's the first one I made. There's one that I made that the zipper is just wonky. Don't ask me how I did it. I did it. They're not saleable items by any means, but they're usable. I use them all the time. Anyway, so that was their stuff. I will get those bins ready for you, and at the end of a video where I'm showing you different patterns from cross stitch and any whips and things that I have going on, and then after any knitting, which there won't be too much knitting, I don't think, because I'm really stuck on cross stitch right now anyway. I might show you some of the fabric that I'm keeping, but then I will also show you, nope, I think we'll start that way. We'll do just all the fabric that I'm keeping. I'll show you all the fun quiltings that I found, and then there'll be others like it. At some point I'll be selling it. I have so much stuff to share with you. I have been collecting basically stuff for the last 2.5, 3 years when I started my business, and it's just growing, growing, growing. I've gotten rid of, oh my gosh, 10, 12, 15 totes of yarn. I've become a yarn snob, and I'm not using my acrylic as much anymore. So I sold and gave away a bunch of acrylic yarn, and I need to be picky about what yarn I buy nowadays. There was it was the hobby, my Hot Mess Hobby girl. She she was talking about yarn, and all her projects came from this one place. And I went online and I looked at it and I said, oh crap, because she's just going to make me spend so much money at this place. You'll have to go watch her video to see what it is. I did exactly as she said, and I went and looked it up. Let's see if I can get the email from them, if they sent me one. Oh, what did she call it? Isn't that horrible? I'm a bad person. I actually don't know. I signed up for it. Oh, we can go right here to my tabs. Okay. See, it just takes me a minute. It's called Expression Fiber Arts. She's a big fan. I think they're in North Carolina. Yeah, that yarn. I don't know if the yarn is as good in person as it looks online, but kudos to them how they take their pictures and advertise their yarn, because you just want all of it. Even colors I don't care for, like the way they set it up. They use a palette, a picture palette, and then they put the skein under it, or the hank under it, and it's just a beautiful sight. I immediately wanted to buy 3 different ones right off the bat. I stopped myself. Don't know how long I'll hold out, but I do need to get through some of my yarn before I start going through those. But if you want to see some cool yarn, you'd want to check them out. Anyway, I will be back. I literally just wanted to post another video just to get myself used to doing videos, and then learning how to edit them. I'm hoping at some point I'll get to the point where I'm not editing as much, like having to stop and start, and getting my talking in order, because sometimes people say like a lot, or or I don't know what I do. I don't know if I stutter, if I cross my eyes, if I look in the wrong direction all the time. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but I will watch my own video and correct things as I go. But I do want to post them just so that I'm not having that fear of doing another one. I think the more you practice, the better you get at it, and at some point somebody will notice them and pay attention to them. So maybe like for the first few months I'll just be talking to myself, and then all of a sudden you guys will find me and start watching some and go back and watch the others just to see how silly I was a few months ago, which is now to me. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks if you watched any videos before. There's just the one, and then there's like a minute-long one that was an accident. I don't even know how it posted. I didn't mean to do it. And I got that one posted easily enough by accident, but the one I tried to post, I was having a heck of a time posting. We'll see how this one goes. If I can post it properly, and you guys can get a peek at it. And then I'd like to do one every week to every 2 weeks. I think that would be reasonable to get through my stash and get through some of the old stuff, tell you what's going on. Maybe post some pictures of how our sales went, or things that were in the sales that we do. And honestly, I'm not trying to promote my business to anybody, because I'm in Illinois. I'll be far from a lot of you. It's just that I find what I do for a living awesome. I love it. I love going into people's houses, helping them get rid of all their stuff, finding new homes for it, seeing the faces on people light up when they find something they haven't seen in years, or they remember, oh, my great grandmother had this. And
or new things. They find new things and they can't afford it brand new, and it's less than half the price you'd pay in the store for it. Like, that's just, I don't know. I love bargains. I love deals. I love helping so many people, and then helping myself too, because I find just some great things or really weird things that I can put in my library, which one day I will show you the library and you'll get a hint of my personality right from that room. But anyway, it was great talking to you guys. Thanks. Have a great day.
How do you guys even get these videos started? This is, every time I try to start a video, this is what I have. What are you doing, mister? Oh, who's that? Hello. Hello.